Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ahmad Firdaus bin Muhammad Shah from Group 3, which is going to present about our case study number 3. First of all, I would like to introduce our team member, which is me, Ahmad Firdaus, and the second one is Patricia Alisa, and the third one is Badrul.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Atisha Alisa Mikti Hariman and I am from Group BEEYS 1 and 1. So I am going to talk about the rules and regulations related to the case study. So the case study that we are going to present is case study number 3. So the case study stated that inside of one unit electrical substation, one chamber, there is no fire extinguisher allocated by the owner of the substation. Is this action follow rules set in electrical regulation? How about these rules apply to domestic housing? Please relate with electrical regulation. Well, based on the case study, it shows that this substation is a single electrical chamber substation where you can see in residential houses or anything that is near to buildings and domestic housing. So the case study asks, are the rules and regulations or actions that is taken from the single electrical substation can be applied to domestic housing? So the answer is yes, it can. It can apply to domestic housing, and the similarities of the regulation for single electrical chamber and domestic housing is the Electricity Regulations 1994. So this law is under part 2 of the regulations, which is installation, and in the under general requirements of installation, it states, which is MSIEC 60364 standard general requirements of installation regulation for the fire extinguishers. So this law stated fire extinguishers shall be provided by the owner, management, license or supply authority of an installation other than a domestic installation, and the extinguishers shall be kept on the premises of any time. So that means that any owner, management, license or supply authority that is related to domestic installations, which is same as like single electrical chamber and domestic housing, they are required to install fire extinguishers in the premises. This law is written is because there are a lot of cases, especially cases including fire, always happen in a lot of premises. So that is why fire extinguishers are extremely important to be installed in any premises so that this accident will not be happening again and this accident can be prevented. So that is all for rules and regulations. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Badrul Hakim bin Badrul Hisham. Today I want to talk about what is fault in our case study and how to rectify the situation. For our cases, we're given that inside of one unit electrical substation and chamber, there is no fire extinguisher allocated by the owner of the substation. As you can see in the picture, there is no fire extinguisher allocated by the owner of substation. All substation needs to have a fire extinguisher for safety purpose. So, how to rectify the situation? First of all electrical substation and main switch room need to be provided with a fire protection system. Next, authorities may accept the provision of portable fire extinguisher as the sole method of fire protection if an electrical substation building is designed and constructed as a distinct structure. The third is major substation rooms in occupied buildings, on the other hand, are typically required to have an automatic fire extinguishing system such as CO2 system or a clean operative fire extinguisher system. So if uh, any fire or the electrical system is on the fire, the automatic fire extinguisher system can automatically on. So there is no need people or can save time for the fire department to come arrive to the substation. The last and the but not least, the authorities may conduct inspections to the substation at least 4 times a year for the purpose of substation safety inspection. For example, they can come to the substation to check whether there is a fire extinguisher that the owner put in the substation, or they can also check the expired of the fire extinguisher to tell the owner the fire extinguisher needs to change for the new one. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Now I will present about suggestion to prevent the fault from happen to our society and environment, which is our case study is fire extinguisher that does not available in a substation. First, follow the guide rules of substation protection, and the second, understanding the hazards that might appear, and third, train staff for fire prevention in the workplace. Next, follow guide rules of substation protection, which is the fire protection system should form part of the safety policy and procedures for any substation. Before build a substation, the owner should think what hazards might appear to the substation, so then they can prevent the things that what should not happen to the substation. The owner should visually check the system once a month for any fault. And the second one is understanding hazards that might appear. First point is faulty outlet, which is most electrical fires are caused by faulty electrical outlet and old or outdated appliances. Fires are started by fault in appliances cord. Never use an appliances with a worn or frayed cord, which can send heat onto combustible surfaces like floors, curtains, and rugs that can start fire. And the second one, wiring. For example, circuit breaker, where it should be tripping if there is overloaded when the current are too much. If the circuit breaker are outdated, it might start an electrical fire which fire hazard appear. And the third one, train staff for fire prevention in workplace. Before start a work, always briefing about safety to the staff or the workers. It is because there might be a things that cause fire which nobody knows, so that all of the staff and workers are able to think what they should do when there is there is ignition or burning fire in the workplace. It is also might help the workers and staff always thinking about the safety before working. Thank you.